as a recovering workaholic myself, and also having worked for a workaholic boss back in my when I was getting my master's, I had an internship back in Manhattan, and this woman was like non-stop. And so I'm already pretty high energy, and I'm always about being effective and being really efficient, but she took it to a whole nother level. And so it's really stressful when the people around you, especially your supervisor or your boss, is like it takes the workaholism to another level. So it's very stressful being around that. And also on a personal level, I love what I do, right? So I think my workaholism came from a place of I'm just passionate about what it is that I do. I'm passionate about helping other people. But kind of like Tony, when he had an aha when his car was rolling down the hill, just to be really honest, when my husband and I were first married, this is 3 years ago, I worked so much that we didn't have sex for a month. Okay, now that's a little weird. Okay, we're newlyweds, and I was working round the clock, and I would just be too tired. And that's when I realized, like, something has to change, because for me, this is not normal. Why are we not having sex? We're newlyweds. We love each other. We're attracted to each other. So, something had to change. And similar to Siobhan, there is definitely, I think the way to kind of mask workaholism is to, be like, oh, I'm passionate about what it is that I do, but there was something deeper there. And that, for me, was also seeking validation and had to be the best and had to be, ahead of everybody else. And so I really had to take a step back and look at, well, what is the cost of this? What is the damage? And for me, it really was, not having sex.
I think we need to also talk about, I think we also need to talk about technology. I mean, if you're not having sex for a month and you're newlywed, I think technology lends itself to feeding the workaholism, where it's easier to just get sucked in, and the day doesn't really end and it doesn't really begin. It's just one continuous motion. So the key is setting up boundaries and having that aha moment and saying, this has to stop. Or if it's, coworkers and your boss, just figuring out how you can push back so you don't get sucked in too. And you could say things like, oh, that's great, I'll look at the report in the morning, and set up boundaries, because otherwise you'll get sucked right in as well.
I love that you said that. And, with the whole technology piece, right? Yeah, you can be on 24/7. So now, we have a rule. I mean, it's my rule that I put for myself, because my husband's not as much of he doesn't have workaholic tendencies. I put my phone on airplane mode before I go to sleep. And I also put it in the kitchen, because you know what? If the phone is on and I get a ding, I will literally lean over to go answer the phone. So they're just kind of slight shifts that I had to make to not get sucked in. And I love what you said about the technology piece. Yeah.
But Savi, what you just said is so third metric, because that's one of the things we try to talk about is the phone should not be in the bedroom unless it's for some kind of foreplay issues, which that's another conversation. Right? The phone should not be in the bedroom. So you mentioned that if you got the ding, you would answer it. How did you get back up on the ding dong?
Can you say that again? How did I what?
So you didn't. I'm sorry. You didn't have sex for a month.
I had to choose which ding dong do I want. You know what I mean? Is it the email or is it the other ding dong? So I had to make a choice, and it's been better. We have dates. Whenever we go out, we always leave our phone in the car, because it's like, you know what? I can always be on. I'm wired that way. So it's about making those small shifts.